Power Patron counterattack begins. Chaos Origin, Elfnote support. Oh, okay. I missed those. All right, let's take a quick look. We have June Pride Elfnotes. Light Spellcaster Synchro effect, level 10. 3100 attack, 1800 defense. A tuner plus a spellcaster non-tuner. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Neither player can declare attacks with monsters not in the center main monster zones, while this card is in the same center main monster zone. During the main phase, if this card is in the center, quick effect, you can return it to the extra deck, and if you do, special up to one Elfnote monster each from your hand, deck, and or grave. Ooh, okay. That reads interesting to me. I mean, the first effect is kind of whatever, because it does apply to yourself as well. So you kind of stop yourself from OTKing if you have this card in the center, but it can be annoying for the opponent. Regina is now even better. Okay, what's the line? What's the line with Regina? Because Elfnote, Regina, I remember it's like this card and Elfnote. Hold up. Elfnote, Regina. Right, you're talking about this card. Quick effect, send one other Elfnote card from hand or field to grave, special discard from your hand. And then you special summon an Elfnote. You special summon Elfnote Power Patron. Right, and then Power Patron, quick effect to Synchro. Which I believe, yeah, increased by 3, then Synchro. Okay, so you summon this, you make level 10, you make this, and then this tags out into what? Oh wait, this one searches one of them to your hand, right? Let's say you search Lucina. Oh wait, that's good. Oh, that's powerful. Yeah, because you have a guaranteed one in the graveyard with Regina, or the Power Patron as well. So you have a target in the grave. You're gonna have one in hand because the Power Patron searches it, and then you summon the blue one like from the deck. Tinia, I believe, is what it's called, right? And then you have Tinia and Lucina not in the center. You put the Power Patron in the center, and then you can still switch with both of these, right? So you get a random banish from hand and a bounce off of the Regina now, guaranteed, right? No combo, no other, like you need any other Elfnote. You need any other Elfnote in rotation and like that you can discard, and then this is all of that. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Okay. The yellow one for spells too. Oh yeah, Fortuna also exists. So you can return, I mean, returning a face-up spell trap is not that relevant, right? I don't even know. This is probably most of the time not going to be involved in that, but yeah. Sounds very powerful for a turn 0 play. It is powerful, but I do think it is in line with other turn 0 plays that we've had in the past, right? Like if you think of Phimena or Holisu, like this is kind of like the same thing. You interrupt twice and start with 3 monsters. I mean, yeah, but your interruptions are not that crazy generally. Like a bounce and a random hand rip are not that crazy. They're not going to stop most modern combos, right? Like that is less, I would say that's less valuable than like having an actual negation hand trap most of the time in terms of the chances of stopping the thing. But what I like about it is that you develop a little bit yourself, right? I think that interaction in general is healthy. I'm on the side where I like these cards. I think they're cool. I like turn 0 plays much more than negating my opponent's shit with Asher Imperm. I'm on board with that. Of course, one big problem is that this card is terrible against Ash Blossom. You're gonna spend 2 cards from your hand to get ashed, and then your opponent just keeps comboing. But that's a question or a topic for another day. But the card itself is obviously going to be really powerful now with this. And then we have Power Patron, Envoy of Pure Prayers. Dark Fairy Link, Link 2, 2 non-link monsters. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card's Link summoned and you have a Power Patron monster in your grave, you can add a Theorealize card from your deck to your hand. Ooh, I think this is the first time we can now add Theorealize cards directly. Like the Theorealize stuff was all related to Medius, but I think they were not really searchable. I do think this is a good way to limit a card to an archetype, because you can't just do and like this is not a generic bridge for everything, right? As you guys are saying right now, it doesn't work like that, because you do need a power patron in the graveyard, right? You cannot just link into this with like Eldam and Swen. That's not gonna work, right? Which I think is fine. It's generic. You can summon it twice. Bro, it says 2 non-link monsters. You can't link one into the other. That doesn't... You'd need to have like 4 bodies to even make that. At which point it's probably okay. If you're spending 4 bodies to search a Theorealized cards, maybe we gotta think that over, okay? During the main phase, if you control another Dark Fairy, you can quick effect immediately after this resolves link summon using mods. Ooh, it's a in archetype IP Masquerena that searches upon summon. That's good. But nothing outrageous, I think. I think that's fine. It does make WP also better in this deck, potentially. You could see this being used in the deck now. No destruction protection though. I mean, yeah, it's not a better card than IP Masquerena, because IP Masquerena is way more generic, but in this particular deck, it's a much appreciated card, right? Like, you summon it on your turn to get potential extension. Of course, it depends. Is there Theorealized cards that you even want to play? Because I think at the moment, they are not playing many Theorealized cards. So I'm not sure if they're going to start doing it because of this, but this is a good reason to play like 1 or 2 of those just as random targets, so... Dead End Power Patron Realm Viraya. Quick play spell. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Show 1 Nerva, Jupiter, and Junora from your extra deck face up field and or grave. And if you do, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Power Patron monster effects this turn. If you would banish the top card of your deck to activate the effect of a Power Patron monster you control, you can banish this card from your grave instead. That doesn't seem great to me. I mean, it is a powerful effect, like that they cannot respond for the rest of the turn, but like spending a quick play spell just for that, like it's not a starter, it doesn't really do it. It seems like a very win more card to me. Because I don't really see myself ever playing this as like a one-of and then trying to search it, because at the point where you're searching it, like this is the kind of card you have to activate early so that you force your plays through, right? So you'd have to, and I don't think it's good enough to play like multiple copies to actually try and draw it. Well, okay. Pastoral Theorealize. Normal spell. You can only use 1 of the first and second effects of this card's name per turn, only once that turn. If you control an Archmage, Doomsday, or Elfnote card, special summon Medius from hand or deck, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when it is summoned. You can banish this card from your grave, then target a Fusion, Synchro, or Exceed in your grave, special summon it to your zone a link monster points to. Okay, this kind of like, this goes in line with a lot of the other Theorealized cards where I felt like they were just, they were all okay, but just barely not good enough for me to want to include them. And this kind of feels like that card as well, right? It just feels like, yeah, sure, I could summon Medius from deck with this card, but only if I already have other cards in play. And there's so many ways to get to Medius that I'm not sure if this is going to be worth it. Especially because the Power Patron does not fulfill the requirement for this card, right? So if you make the Power Patron and search this card, you still might not be able to activate it. So, I don't know. Power Patron Shadows of the End Times. Normal trap. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. Special summon a Power Patron from hand, face up, extra deck, or grave. Then you can apply these effects. Banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck face down. Banish a card your opponent controls. Banish a random card from your opponent's hand. Based on the number of monster card types you control. Fusion, Synchro, XYZ. This doesn't seem great as like a normal trap card. This feels very Win-Mori. Elfnote, Quatrain of Succession. Continuous trap. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. The monster in your center main monster zone can't be banished by opponent's card effects. You can send 1 other spell trap from your hand or field to the grave and declare a level from 1 to 4. Special an Elfnote token with that level, but you cannot special by that token except Elfnote monsters. I do think... Does Elfnote play Fortuna still? They probably do play Fortuna. Is this good enough of a target for Fortuna? Maybe as a one-of. Maybe. They do. It is a one of. Yeah. But the question is, do you want to play multiple targets for it? Because I think they already have some other traps that are pretty valid and pretty solid. I don't know if you want to play multiple continuous traps. That seems very situational, and you don't want to draw them, of course. And so, like, I don't know if you want to play multiple. Okay. This is a very mixed bag for fans of the Medius lore, I suppose. The Power Patron support seems mediocre to me. The Theo Realize support seems fine, but mainly the Link monster is cool. The Elfnote is really good, I think. The Synchro is really good. I think that's the biggest news here, is that this card makes Regina now a proper turn 0 play. Right? Like, now Regina is a hand trap, as long as you draw another Elfnote with it. Which in an Elfnote deck, I sure hope you have a solid chance of drawing an Elfnote with it. So Elfnote Regina with this Synchro is a phenomenal interruption now. Which is very valuable for Elfnotes. And the rest is kind of whatever. But still, that Synchro is worth a lot for Elfnote.